Hello beautifuls, my name is Epic Treasure and this video today is a tutorial to show you how to build an incredibly easy first base in Palworld. If you like what you see, come like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, come join the Discord channel, link in the description below. There's a whole channel for Palworld there. Ask your questions, I'll be able to answer I think just about all of them. That being said, when it comes to starting areas, it doesn't particularly matter where you start. We want to pick a flat spot of land, and by default you will have your default place here at the plateau beginnings. That's the first fast travel point that you'll hit, which is here. So at the start of the game you walk through this archway and then you'll touch that fast travel point. It'll originally be orange, and then you'll come down this hill, all the way down this hill. The reason I like this spot, and remember all my videos have timestamps so you can skip. I like this spot because number one, it's flat. Number two, it's central to all the things you need to start leveling up your base and in the journey and yourself. And it also has resources everywhere, such as trees, such as stone, such as the ore here, which is very important, and the berry bushes there too. We have access to all of the pals, and a lot of them, for the starting not challenges, but things to do where you catch 5 land balls, etc. So the 3 creatures around this area that you'll see are the chickpeas, you'll see the land balls, and the cativas. There's a crazy amount of videos on my channel in regards to which are the best pals, what are the best places for resources later in the game, how to build the ultimate base, and beautiful castles, etc. if you're into it. There's also an exhaustive guide on settings and custom settings to make your experience better depending on the game style that you have. So we're going to build our place out of wood. We're going to do a super basic version, and then if you want to get a little bit more fancy, stick around and we're going to do we're going to add on to the original house. So I'll keep it simple. It's going to stay simple all the way through, but if you want a little bit more of a view, then I've got you. So first things first, some lessons about building. So in order to build, we go D-pad up on controller, and then we're going to use our right stick and click wooden foundation or any of the objects that you want to build. So click what you want, wooden foundation, and this is where the magic happens. Using your right stick, this allows the different height for the foundation. We use our left and right bumper to spin it around. Now, a lot of people ask me, how do you make the foundations flush against the ground? That all comes down to the stick again. So right now, all I'm touching is the right stick and pulling it towards me, which pushes it into the ground like that, right? I push it into the ground. Now, the hot tip when it comes to building your foundations is gauge how big the build that you want is. So say for example it's 5 by 5 squares. We want to make sure that our first square is at the highest point of the terrain. So it would be, here for example. Because what's going to happen is if we start from here and put our foundation down here, and then we keep building back, we're going to have all terrain and grass sticking through the flooring, which is not going to be very pleasant at all. So let's just get these guys out here to deal with the raid that is incoming. Let them deal with that. And we'll start with doing that. So again, it's all in the stick. Look at that. See how that's flush? But we've got grass growing through it. We don't want that. So let's raise it up until there's no grass. There's no grass on the highest point. There's going to be no grass on the lowest point. So, perfect. Now, people have asked, Epic, how do I keep placing the same object down without going through the wheel all the time? On Xbox, you click Y to place your item down, and it will allow you to go Y, like that. On PlayStation, it'll be your triangle. So, again, D-pad up, foundation, and then go triangle, 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 triangle. That's the best way to do it without having to, keep going back to that weapon wheel over and over again. Oh, we've got some real boys in here. Oh, good job. Thank you for that. I was going to be raided in the middle of a tutorial, but there you go. But bodies everywhere. What a nice little view to have. You're welcome. So, that being said, back to this lovely, lovely view. Get our wooden foundation down. Again, on Xbox, it's going to be a Y. PlayStation, it's going to be a triangle. Now, we're going to build all the way to the water. And I'm just going to make this look pretty for you. You don't have to go crazy and have decking everywhere, but I would like you to have a house that you're going to love. And you can build multiple bases in this game. You're not going to be stuck with this one. Another hot tip is when it comes to your Palbox, people ask, you know, they're petrified, and I was too when I started playing, what is going to happen if I, you know, is this going to blow my whole base apart? It does not blow the base apart. If you dismantle your Palbox by going in your build, which is D-pad up, and then right stick in, see how it goes orange? That's the I'm about to dismantle you color. And if we dismantle it, what it will do is it will blow up the PAL items only, right? So when we go up, we can see, you know, the PAL items we currently have are these things. It'll just blow them to pieces, but your building will stay there, which is a really cool feature in it. So it means that you can build a beautiful place, dismantle the base, and come back, and the building will still be there, depending on your settings. So check the channel for my exhaustive guide on the settings, because there is a setting for decay rate. And if you have a build that is not within an active base, the building can disintegrate, basically. So you can turn that off so it never happens. So I've got houses all over the map that aren't an active base, just through tutorials. So let us continue on. Before we're really interrupted, let's put our next pieces down. This section along here is going to be for our PAL bed. So wooden foundation here. And there. Now remember to rotate your foundation so everything's even. You don't have to. You know what I'm like. Rotate it around with your left and right bumper so you have it all horizontal. Now, whenever you want to build something that is 2 stories high, you need to have it at least 2 wide by 3 across, because the stairs count for 1 whole square and you need a landing for it. That's an important thing to remember. Otherwise, you're just going to have stairs running into the wall, which is not very pleasant. Now, that being said, I'm going to show you the PAL base destruction so you can not freak out, not think I'm trolling you and you do that. So D-pad up, disassemble, watch the little farmyard get blown up. Bang, see? So the house stuff is still there. So we'll put that down again. Palbox, we'll just stick it here. Now remember, look at the area for this Palbox. If your body is inside that here, it'll go red. And that is a thing that you have to remember whenever you're building in this game, is if it's red and your brain's like, why the hell can't I build here? Your body could be in the zone, all right? So get out, get your body out of the way. And also there's a proximity to the base, the PAL box, that you won't be allowed to build there. Like I couldn't build something on the PAL box. Now, I could put wood down first and the PAL box on top of it, but you can't put the PAL box down then put the wood underneath it, if that makes sense. But I like it in the grass. It's a nice and sort of country-looking barnyardy type of area, so we'll keep it on the grass, but you could build the whole deck down and then put the PAL box on it if you want to be super clean. So now you know that the house won't be blown to pieces. So back to the foundations, we can now build our wooden foundation across the front like this. Fix that up. Rotate. No, it's going to be horizontal. So let's have a look at where we're at now. So this accommodates a nice house with a veranda and also a deck for the pals, because we need to make beds for them. Serious business, isn't it? So at this front section, we're going to go build a wooden wall here and a wooden wall here with the windows. Okay, that looks pretty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get our wooden triangular wall. So, another little tutorial. Always, whenever you're building, focus on the crosshairs. They determine what is going where. So when we put like a little triangle piece up, we need to get that crosshair up the top. If it's facing the wrong way, again, rotate with your left and right. So place that down, and then here, and that. So to perpetually build, so say foundation pieces, again, remember, wooden foundation, you click on your PlayStation as triangle, 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 and it allows you to just go brrr, put them all down instead of go on the weapon wheel thing, whatever it's called. So we've got our front there. We're going to have a little window going in here, sneaky window. Then we're going to have our door sort of recessed in here. And I'm trying my hardest to make this simple. It's hurting me because you know that I want to go nuts and make it. If you know the channel, you know how frustrating it is because I can see what beauty we can create with this. So don't you worry, I'm going to try and keep it simple as we can. Lots of windows. I love them. And then we have that there. Okay. We're going to have our door over here. And then we're going to have, and don't forget on the channel, I'm going to go into the whole technology tree, everything. Things you do not need in the technology tree. Actually, we need to have that flat. And everything. Everything you can imagine. Everything you need to know, I've got it. I've done it, covered it. So that's what she looks like now. Isn't it sweet? The beautiful waterfall in the background. So now we're going to go and do the roof and do our slanted roof. So we're going to have a nice little secret room in here. I think it's a good idea, don't you? And then we'll have like a little sneaky little window in there. Rustic eye, I think. And then we're going to go jump up and we're going to put the slanted roof on. And then we're going to go wooden slanted roof. So select that on your build. Click your, on Xbox it's going to be A, on PlayStation it's going to be X. And then again, crosshairs, right? People go, I can't build a roof. That's one of the biggest issues I had starting this game. It's like, I can't build stairs. They just keep going the wrong way. They've made it, I believe, a little bit easier, but it's still all very dependent upon where your crosshairs are. So again, get your crosshairs to the point where you're building from. So up here, right? And then build. We go up here, we rotate it around with our bumpers, and then place the one down. Make life easier. I put this little bed here to sleep because I don't like building in the dark and people don't like watching tutorials in the dark. Fair enough. Look at it. Isn't it looking beautiful? Look what you've made. So we're going to go over here. And that's the thing that we're going to learn now. In this game, you have an operation of order. So with the triangular wall, we can put that here, whoops, and then rotate it around. Sometimes, however, you'll have to do the triangle walls first, then the roof. Sometimes it can be very finicky and pedantic about that kind of stuff. So if you can't build, especially when it comes to roofs or stairs, it might take to build the structure around it first. It's just very finicky sometimes. So this build that we're doing right now is just going to be a one story, but the option after this tutorial is going to have a whole elevated story. Don't look at that. Don't get overwhelmed. We're just going to slap a roof on here. It's killing me to do it, but we're going to do it. So don't forget, when you dismantle things in this game, you'll get 100% of your resources back, which is great. If they didn't have that, I wouldn't be probably building as much as what I do. So that there, and that there, and that rotate, and just a flat roof. So we have our little deck out the back. Easy peasy. And we've got our little room here. If you don't want that wall there, if you want a little bit more breathable, you can knock it out if you want to. But I think it's quite sweet. Now, at the front, you don't have your pals don't have to have like a shelter, but you know, for aesthetic purposes, it's nice to have. So you can have, and this space is going to last you a little while. So you could build another whole part of the deck out. Here's another little bit of a tutorial. If you try and put a foundation piece down and it's red like this, you can always switch it out for a wooden roof piece, which will most often work. There's also wooden pillars in the game which give stability to what you're building, which is nice to have, but we don't need to do that. We built it in the right place. But again, remember, you can just move your pal box if you just want to fine tune things. It's not going to blow your house up. So we have our big deck out here. We're going to get our wooden pillars and we're going to go one here. We're going to go one here and one here. And running along the front of the house is here. We've got these vendors running around. Now, another hot tip, if you're new to this, you can actually capture them, just like the pals. And then you can keep them. You can keep them in your base. So you can have your own whole shop, a whole shopping center if you wanted to, which I've got a tutorial on that too while we're at it. So the Wandering Merchants is a whole different lot of them. They sell all different things. And yeah, you can have your own dedicated salesperson. So we're going to do the wooden roof here. Again, wood grain going horizontal and rotating it around like this. And then continuing on with that. The easiest way to see if this is going to work is these big sort of pieces of wood that run sort of parallel to each other. Now, here's another hot tip. We've got a tree growing through the foundation here. It's like, no, you can't have it. We can chop this tree down. And once you have a foundation piece where the tree grew, it won't grow back. But if you remove the foundation piece, after you build all the structure around it, the tree can grow back, depending on what you've built around it. So there's a beautiful medieval town that I built, and it's got all lovely... I'll show you on the map in a second, because you'll want to check it out. If you play Craftopia, you'll remember the colour of this place. It's over here in this zone. Beautiful, like, fiery red trees. So I built a whole medieval town and made all the trees come through the pebble creep, whatever it's called, cobblestone, that. So, yes, you know what I'm talking about. It's been a long day. So here we have a whole deck. That's going to be where our pals chill. You can have this deck come out further if you want it more homestead-like, or you can just have it flat across the front as so. When it comes to where you're going to put your building items, your workbenches and stuff, some people like to have them outside. Some people like to be easy breezy, you know, a little old man in the open. Some people like them inside. I like them inside. I don't know why. Maybe it's a role-playing thing. I don't know. But I like to look out the window with my little primitive workbench. So we'll just put that there. And then we'll definitely need our repair bench too. Now, with Palworld, it has an amazing feature, which I wish every other game had. Any box that you put down, any storage box, so D-pad up, storage, wooden chest, any of these storage things, you can access the contents wherever you are inside your base. So, as you know, when you put your Palbox down, there's a blue circle that shows you the perimeter of your base. So if I'm inside the house, I can access anything from that box. So if I go to my workbench, I don't have the objects on me, but I have access to all the items that make whatever I'm making. So PAL spheres, 82 of them. I could start production once I bring a PAL out to help. So that's very handy to have. I think it's one of the best features in the game. I'm going to go into detail with the starting pals and their passive sort of features, but also their what they do, their activity. So a quick example is we can see Pengullet there with its details. We'll see the little watering can is 1. So Pengullet is able to spin like the crushing machine that makes the paldium fragments. It waters the crops. Very important character to have straight off the bat. We can see the hand icon. If they've got a hand icon there, it means that they're at they'll help you build stuff. They'll help you make stuff at the bench. If they've got the little ice thing, they'll cool things down. And if we see the little box, it means that they do transport. So if an item's dropped on the ground, they'll pick it up, they'll put it on their head, and they'll carry it over to the boxes. So you'll see boxes everywhere. I just put that there after I blew the last house, dismantled it to pieces when I was building this. So don't forget to use your stat points, as we can see down the bottom, using your menu button, right stick in, and then just putting them in there. And okay, sure. So we've got our house full bang. We'll go over to production. We'll make our repair bench. You can just run them flush along each other too. And then we need paldium fragments. So we can, I know there's one here. If it'll let me get it. Yes, it will. That was lucky, wasn't it? Thank you for that. And you can access your repair benches, etc., from outside the house too, which is great. And that means that pals can also work through walls too. So if you've got cooking going, if you want to make or even smelting later on, your fire characters, we're getting a bit deep into it, will be able to do that through the wall. They'll be able to smelt through the wall. I think that's a big misconception with this game. People believe that the pals have got to be actually standing next to a workbench when they don't at all. So let's get, I want to get some handy workers with me. Kativa's really good to have at your base because Kativa does mining. And then we've got the fire boy here, Fox Parks. So see how Kativa's building through the wall? And people are like, well, Kativa can't get in. Kativa's just fine. No problem at all. And then we'll get Power Gear workbench. We could just put that one over here. Wherever you want it, doesn't matter. We better eat before we get in trouble. Right, so that's our little room at the front, etc. So Kativa's going to make the rest of that. Again, like I said, if you want to build the next part, then go nuts, which is going to be the second story. But we're done with this house, basically. So we can go across the infrastructure, build your pal beds, depending on how many pals you've got. So put one there, one here, one here. It's going to make you do a hot springs also, which helps calm the pals down. So we'll just put those there, let them build that. Now, if you start to see these blueprints exploding, it's because too many blueprints are down at the time. So chill out on putting all your, especially beds. You'll notice that things start exploding when you put beds down, for example, and that will be because there's just too many blueprints at once. Hot tips all around. So another very important thing before we move on to the next part, going over to foundations, wooden stairs. People have got a massive problem with these wooden stairs. So pay attention to this because I'm going to tell you why your wooden stairs aren't working if you've tried. We're going to go to D-pad up and then use our right stick, select wooden stairs. And to make mini steps, we're going to get our crosshairs again and we're going to put them on the edge of that corner. Then what we're going to do is hold our left trigger down. And that makes the object go downward, right? So by default, it'll go up like that. Hold it down. There. We've got mini steps. Now, the problem that I think most people will be having is that their body is in the way of building the steps. They'll be like, Epic, you told me I can build mini steps. I'm standing here, I can't do it. They're red, it's broken. Get your body out of the way. Stand to the side. Just remember that the steps are like one square. They're literally one square. So if your body is in that square, it can't build it. So rotate, left trigger down, hold it, and then place your steps. Place your steps. Place your steps. There's no reason ever that those steps shouldn't work unless there's an object in the way or the Palbox is too close to them. There's no reason at all. So Kativa's working its brains out over there. We can have mounted torch if it tickles your fancy, if you want. Build that there. You can light that manually, but if you have a fire pal, they'll automatically light anything that can be sort of ignited around the place, which is nice to have. So there is our very beautiful but basic build. You should be able to access furniture probably already. And having a look quickly at the technology tree, we get our wooden living room furniture set at only level 5. It's certainly worth getting because when we have a look at our furniture, we can see all these objects here, like the tables, etc. We need the berry trees for that. And this one's a really cool, the wooden counter, the tavern looks lovely. So you could literally put this and have a party deck and everything around. I know, I get excited about these things. Put that over here. Anyway, so if you're done with that, you don't need to watch anymore. But if you want to dive a little bit deeper and extend this, then keep watching for the next part. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that button there. And let's move on to the extension. All right, the extension. We have a few little options with this one. We can have stairs that go up and make a deck over here. All right, we can go and put stairs that come from here up to here. We can build it out. So instead of getting a lay of the land, we can have a look around here and go, okay, well, it would be nice to have this deck come out over the water. I'd like that. So it's just about a matter of getting more wood. And definitely watch the tutorial on the best way to start this game, because those elks are over there with the ready-made logging camps over there that they can go nuts on too, and we can get infinite wood that way. So going across to our foundation, we'll continue our wooden foundation there across the back. And again, remember what happened before, we can put the wooden roof there instead of the foundation, so we can ensure we can have a nice clean deck. So remember the rule, if you want to have something that's 2 stories high, we need to have at least 2 by 3 dimension wise, because we need that landing for the stairs. So we're going to go inside the house and we're going to build those stairs that I promised. So we're going to blast a hole through the roof here, and we're going to put our stairs here, right? So we're going to rotate it around and make them go that way, and then we'll place them down. So we've already got our second level in swing. We're going to go put our wooden roof horizontal, 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 like that. And again, continually build that out here, like so. Now this is a cool little sneaky bit over here. It's like a little hidey spot. Because if we built, say for example, a wooden wall here, we've got this big gap. And I don't want to muck with the beautiful shape, this triangular shape here at all. So we really don't want to muck with that. So what we can do is go build that here. We can get our triangle piece here. If you want, so this is going to be an open deck. If you want it to be, for example, an actual closed upper level, then you can go put a wooden wall there like that. Up to you. You might just want an easy breezy deck. I would want to build this like off, like built back from the frontage, because I think that'll be too much of an eyesore otherwise. So over here, and then there, there, there. Oopsie, don't do that. Here, here, there, and we can have a door here. Oops, door here. And that just allows us access to the area. So remember, if you want that open, then leave it open. But if you want it to be closed as a second story, you can do it that way. So we've got our second level going up. You could even have a third one if you wanted to. I'm not going to get carried away though. I feel like that one should be another window. I just love the windows in it. I just do. So if you want a deck running off this one, then again, just get your wooden roof, rotate, run it along, run it along, run it along around the outside. Like that, and then you can put another door there if you want. You've already got your door that accesses outside. Don't necessarily need it, but it is nice to have like just a door to come outside. So put it there, like that. That's what that looks like. So this is up to you if you want to have this pitched or if you want to have it flat. We could make it very cute and have it another level high and then another pitch, unless you like the shape of that, how it is. But I'm going to get a little bit fancy. I can't stop myself. So we'll go like this, make it beautiful. Then you're going to be able to see it from everywhere. Like that. Windows as far as the eye can see. Big, tall roof. And here, and here. Okay, so we're going to climb up the roof. And then we're going to do our pitched roof in this spot too. So our wooden slanted roof is going to run like this. So we need our triangles. So again, crosshairs, rotate. There, like that. And we have to do our triangles first. This is a part where we can put our wooden roof flat here and make sure that it is running horizontal again. Uh-oh. Running horizontal, like that. Then we'll do the triangles for this bit. Rotate, triangle, rotate, and then get our wooden slanted roof. Crosshairs again at the top, rotate, rotate, rotate. Crosshair at the top, rotate, rotate. Crosshairs at the top, rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate. Look at that. So let us have a look. It is extreme, I know, but whatever tickles your fancy. We can have a little privacy screen if we want just here. We can even move it back if you want it nice instead of even Steven, so we can just break those and have a little sort of secret closed off area for the pals. And that sort of makes that continuity of the building. So it's running straight down now and it doesn't, it's not uneven. I like that. So it's a little privacy screen, but also is nice for aesthetic purposes. So we'll go back and go infrastructure and build the rest of the straw bed that I just blew apart. And then just keep building those. Wherever you like. We'll have a little gap there. We'll put like a little table and chairs there or something. So Kativa can build those. We've got our lovely pillar-y things there. And with this section here, this might be too many windows for you. You might want to have them flat. Sometimes you can have too many windows. It looks like an asylum. So you can go break those and just replace those with just plain wooden walls. Like that if you want. Later on, you can get vines that you can put on the surface of the buildings, which look really lovely. Another thing you can do is go across to your furniture. We see this wooden decorative shelf. We can actually line this up to go on the very, very edge of those windows like this. No elk. And this just adds this little cute little shelf to it. Nighttime. Let's go quickly sleep in the bed. We'll make a bedroom in a minute. So obviously with the house that we've just built, if you built the basic one, then you slap your bed down anywhere you want in there, in that front room probably. So over here, let's throw our pet out so they can build something. Yeah. And then we have our deck, so it can be a bigger one if you want, depending on how much resources you've got. I think what a cool idea is if you do have that tavern, you could actually utilize building that. You could build it in the house. It's one of the first things I built excitedly. There's a whole tavern area, but you can also have it outside. That tickles your fancy too. But the tavern is kind of wide, so we'll have to go foundation. Build it out again, and again. Then we can go our wooden roof. Running cross. You're going to need some lighting in here because it gets quite dark. Pillars everywhere. Then we can go over to our furniture, wooden counter, if you have one. If you don't, unlock it in the tech tree. And then we can build that back. I don't know if I'd have it right at the front. I'd have it a little bit back. Like that. Get Kativa working. Go over, get your furniture, get some wooden bar stools. Obviously this is just for aesthetics, but I think it looks nice. Another thing that you'll be able to unlock in your technology tree is... where are you? Ah, yeah, right there. The wooden tavern cabinet furniture set. So that'll give you those barrels too. So those barrels are going to be in storage because they're actually storage items. And then you can sort of scatter those around too. And I think it's always really nice because you'll be able to unlock plants soon, is to make these little benches. And you can put the pot plants on top of them. They just sort of flow down the edge. You can put a wooden bench right here. Take your little shoe. Not that you take your shoes off, but if you want to, you know, role play, then you can. And then we can have, you know, round table. We need some red berries. We've got our berry trees there. Wood all over the place. It's like I said, it's why it's the best starting base spot that I think that there is. Later on, when you're going to need a lot of ore, there's beautiful spots for that. Trust me, check all those videos out. You're going to be spoiled rotten. So that being said, another feature that you can use in the foundations are the wooden pillars, where you can put those in with the walls to add some dimension. So we can see here, put the wooden pillar there, just for depth and dimension. See how it adds a little bit extra flair to it? We'll let us do it. Sometimes it can be finicky, especially if you've got other objects around. There we go. See, that looks much nicer. And then you can do that upstairs too. You could build another deck out here. I'm not going to go stupid and do that though, but you could have a whole new level, because this place is really beautiful. Beautiful spot. As if you wouldn't have a deck when there's a big waterfall there. And then up we go. I won't let me do that one because it's got the roof there, but I'll put one here if it lets me do it. Yes. Yes. And on the edges here. And you'll be able to unlock glass also. Stone will be next, and also metal. I think metal's quite ugly. I can't wait for them to add more things to it. And by the time you watch this, they might have added things to it. I've been asking for them to put, you know, like white quartz in. That would be amazing. Have a big sort of white or sort of black quartz house. But get what you're given. So there we've got our sort of more defined design. And then we can go the peel there. Like that. Looking beautiful already. Now, this might even be too high for you. You might want to take that down to one more level if it's too chunky, which is easy done. Like I said, you get all your resources back. So we can go just break that apart and then just have that as only one story. But like I said, you can make this a 3-story with another lot of stairs if you want. I don't particularly want to do that for mine, but so we can go wooden roof here. Hopefully it will let us do it if it's not going to be finicky. And then rotate. Yes, yes. And then we do our windows up here. Sometimes we might have to do that first and then build one above it. That first, then one above it, and then it's connected, and then break these. Sometimes it's just weird like that. This weird order of operations that still exists. So go out the front, see if you like it better like that. We've got a wall that we need to blast apart at the back there. But you get the idea anyway. You might like it chunky, you might not. Across here. Apart, break that apart. So yeah, if you do want to build another, I guess, level, then remember it's going to be 2 by 3. So it'd have to be like there. You'd have to go there and not have the door go outside there. You'd have to go there and have the landing up there, and then you've got this sort of weird kind of attic place. You get the idea. Just keep mucking around and then you'll see how nice it is. So we can go and build a little mini veranda here. 1, 2, 3. Wooden roof. And then there and there. Lovely. Like so. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So over here you can have your go furniture. You have a nice round table here, for example. Another hot tip coming up. We'll just put our chairs here. Chair and a chair. And then what you can do is you can go to food and put the feed box actually on this table for the pals. Just get Khatib. No, just build that one first. And it kind of saves space. So we've got our lovely little tavern there. You can have it open like that. I think it looks lovely open. And then we've got our like party deck and everything out the back. So you can obviously go put your, you can put multiple, like if you want a full role play, you could have multiple round tables around depending on how much wood you have. Formal one. You could have it like a little scattered little restaurant around the place. We need some more berries though. We'll just put this here. Put that there. Go get some berries. Don't forget to plant your crops too. So we can build those along the sides here. Go over to our berry plantation once you unlock that. Just make sure that you sort of try and don't build it where it's too terrainy. That'll do. I will need our pengullet there. We also have to manually sow the seeds because we don't have on us at the start a pal that plants the seeds. So you have to manually build it and manually plant it. But there are pals obviously that do that. There's like this little weird green one that runs around over there. They're quite strong, so you won't be able to take it on straight away. At the start, build that. Build that. And remember, you can buy things from that vendor guy running around too. He's got berries and all sorts of stuff. So how about you build that? That means that we can put the seeds in here. Because remember, we've got the seeds in the box and we can access the box items from anywhere. You get the idea anyway. So you can put your boxes wherever you like, put them inside. I usually like to put them absolutely everywhere as I go. But remember, if they've got the transportation like icon, it means that they'll grab anything that's on the ground, those particular characters, and they will deposit it into the box. And you've got to be careful because some of them are so fast that they'll dump stuff in the box before you even realise it. It'll drop, like you drop an item on the ground for a friend, will be gone. And it's because one of the pals has already taken off with it and put into storage. So we just dump this off. That, just leave that there for now. And we get that box there. But that's it. So let's take a little screenshot of that. Hopefully, yes, it's igniting our beautiful mounted torch. Beautiful. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Oh, it's just those little extra things, those little extra steps. Oh, we should put those little stools in front of the window too. Furniture, wooden stool. This little ones there, little ones there. My character is starving. Give me that. Looks lovely. So yeah, if you've got Fox running around, it will just perpetually go light everything up. Thank God for that, because they weren't doing it properly before. Don't put too many of them around because it looks so crazy, and the sound effects can get wildly loud. This looks really nice at night time too. Have a look in the water. And then we'll just put this here. And we do need another pillar because that looks flimsy. And put one there. And one at the very, very, very edge. You can even build stairs going down into the water if it tickles your fancy. So we go up, wooden stairs, remember your crosshairs, and rotate around. Remember? Left trigger down, hold it down. And then it will allow you. Now once we're out of that boundary, it won't let us access anything inside the boxes, so we have to be within that wall. So wooden stairs again, hold it down, like that. Now you've got your own staircase into the water. Very cool. So like I said, I was going to do more of those round tables, but we need more berries. Again, go nuts with your wooden decorative shelves. Inside or outside, doesn't matter. I just like the look of them outside for some reason. Just adds a bit more dimension to it. Another hot tip is when it comes to storage. So if we go up to storage, we'll see like, well, not right now, but there'll be some wooden shelving that looks like it could fit in a 1x1 like height place, but it literally will need to be 2 stories high to build first. So you build the wooden shelf first, then the roof, not the other way around. It's just how this game works. It's very finicky in regards to that. So even though something looks like it can fit, it might not. So build the thing first when it comes to your cabinets and stuff. You'll learn. Don't you worry. So got a whole decking here. Another hot tip is when it comes to your boxes, go up to your box, and if we go into on our inventory side and click RB, it will dump everything from our inventory into the box that already exists in the box. So in the box on the right side we see 235 wood. If I click my right bumper inside my inventory box, it's going to dump all the wood, it's going to dump all of the stone and anything else that's a duplicate. So watch me click one button and watch the right change. See how that just dumped the ore in there, it dumped the wood in there, it dumped the stone in there. It's a one sort of click movement. Make sure you click the right bumper for that, not the left. So That's what that one looks like. It's going to look amazing once you can unlock vines. But look at it. It's just beautiful. Now we do have to make the food because people are going to be looking at the pals going epic. They're starving to death. I have a tendency for doing that to the pals because I'm so focused on building all the time. So get that in there. We can get the meat. So somebody's going to win the meat. Who's gonna win it? And then you can sort all your stuff out. And there's another cool feature with the chests is we've got the chest settings. So you can actually choose what the characters put inside them. So if you want a wood chest only, you can click everything else off and then have wood. So it's easy for them to store what they need to, and you can even put your little signs up if you unlock that in the tech tree too. But look how beautiful it is. So we'll take a little screenshot of this. Let's get rid of this rubbish here. Screenshot. Show me what that looks like. I don't even know why it's got this big bloody screen on there. And you're looking at my roof the whole time. Congratulations. That's usually when my web camera is facing my face, not the roof. But so let's take a screenshot of that. Let's get that overlay off it. You'll get used to me, I promise. All right, so let's get a nice shot there. All right. You like that? So we're going to go in there. We're going to build our bed upstairs. In here, beautiful bedroom. Infrastructure, shoddy bed. I think it'd look lovely just here. I'm so lazy, I just get them to build everything. It'll make you build the hot springs, for example. You need pal fluids for that. There's a whole like 2-hour beginner play along with me type of thing to streamline the starting experience of this game in the most effective way possible, including how to get all your pal fluids and all the things that you need to level up your base, etc. So as we can see, this is something you don't want to do because I moved the pal box, remember? See how this logging camp is hanging over the perimeter? We don't want that to happen. We want to keep everything inside the perimeter. So let's get that logging side and move it inside there so it's not on the outside. And it looks weird on the trees too to have that blue. I used to like it at one point, but now I'm like, no, don't do that. It's always nice to have a storage box right next to the logging areas too, especially around all the trees, etc. So the pals don't have to run halfway across the map to deliver the stuff. So let's put that there. Put the wood in there. And there's one over there. We'll just grab and then just dump that in there. So you can clean up your boxes whenever you want. Like you can see, I've got them all over the bloody place. So that's what it looks like. What does that look like on the... I don't know how to get rid of that thing on the map. We need to absolutely get rid of those pals because they've got the starving notification on them. It's funny. All right. Let's get a nice shot of it. All right, click. Yes. Yeah. And also that that logging camp, it can look really lovely when you're putting it behind things because the trees look really nice. So we've got our bed done. We've got our little workbenches there, nice and cozy. Don't forget to put your lighting inside too. You can put chairs down, etc. when you unlock them. There's a video on all the stuff in the tech tree that you should, in my opinion, unlock. Things that you don't need, for example, the arrows. You really don't need fire arrows and things like that unless you really enjoy arrows, but there's a lot of things that you can waste your points on and then you'll heavily regret it. So this doesn't have a cover at all, but we can put one there, I suppose. And then we'll just put our roof on at the back, run it horizontal, no. Horizontal. And horizontal. Beautiful. Got a beautiful deck, upper deck. we've got our little secret alcove there. And then we've got our downstairs area too. Looking fine. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Let's put a little bit more lighting there. Actually, that's too much. Yeah, it's lovely. And another thing that you can do is that you can put in your, when we look at the tech trees, a really cool feature, which is these sandbags. And the sandbags are defensive items where you can later on use a monitoring stand to assign where your pals are going to be focused on. So say, for example, if you want a pal just to do like planting only, you can get rid of their other work duties that they do by default. So they could be like transport and go, no, I don't want you to run around the map the whole time. I want you to just focus on planting. And the features in that are amazing. They've only recently added those. So that is that. We are done. But there are so many, like I said, so many crazy builds in the channel that I think you'll be absolutely thrilled with. The castle, the most recent castle's probably my favourite. It's a beautiful glass one. And the all-in-one bay is just stunning. But we're going to fine-tune that because they've done updates that have just sort of tweaked it in a way that we could make it a little bit more effective, I think. So that's looking beautiful. Look at that. Oh my, so proud of you. Look at you go. So you made a beautiful house, 3-story house, or 1-story if you left early. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll love and leave you. And I'll see you in the Discord channel. Don't forget to check out the live streams and set the notifications for those. Until next time, happy travels.